what's up, everybody? Good morning. This is the Swinging Bull and Mr. SLP. And today we wanted to talk about some breaking news about the hot CPI numbers that came in yesterday. Is it game over for the market? The first thing I wanted to look at is the economic calendar here. So we can kind of point out what happened yesterday. This is the core CPI year over year numbers. Actually, this is just going to be the CPI year over year numbers here. The previous reading was 8.5%. The forecast was 8%, and the reading yesterday actually came in at 8.3%. So yes, it did come in lower than the previous reading, but it came in above the forecast, which is telling traders and investors that maybe inflation isn't cooling as fast as they thought it was going to be. So that's the big story for today. We'll look at the charts here in a second and show you how the price action, how the CPI affected the price action in the market yesterday. We also did have PPI come out this morning, and that actually came in negative as well. So we got a couple things going against us right now. Let me pull up the SPY chart and we can look at the action from yesterday. And as you can see from the chart, had a big sell-off day yesterday. In essence, it was a 2% gap down in pre-market, and then we continued to sell off for the rest of the day, ending the day at negative 4.35% down in the red. So super huge sell-off day yesterday. What do you think about all this that's going on right now, Lee?
Oh my Lord, where do we start, my friend? I mean, that was a huge red day yesterday. I think SPY was 4.4% down yesterday. We had Nasdaq down over 5%. We had a Dow down about, I think, 4% as well. But I mean, you got to think about this, put it into a bigger perspective, is that when we see a correction in the market, normally it's like a 10% correction. We just got half of that in one single trading day. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. We saw that. Obviously, the numbers, everyone was expecting that the inflation was going to come down to, I think it was about 8% or below 8%. But we got a little bit hotter at 8.1%, I think it was, or 8.3%.
8.3, yep.
8.3. So, I mean, the investors, it spooked the investors. We had a huge set-off, and that's what you get for it right there. So the big question is, what is Fed Powell gonna do next? Is he going to continue 75 basis points? Is he going to go for the big 100 basis points? I believe how the market reacted yesterday. I think that they're thinking maybe 100, maybe on the table, and I think that's how the market reacted yesterday. For me, honestly, I think probably 75 will come in. If he does come in at 75 basis points, I think the market will take that in a good way, and we may start seeing a recovery from there.
Yeah, I think so. And, a lot of analysts are saying that 0.75 is kind of baked in already. That's what everyone's expecting. Where we're going to find the surprise at is, if he comes in at a whole 1%.
I actually think that the market reacted yesterday. Think that they're actually thinking that we're going to hit that 100 basis points. I think that's probably what the market was reacting to yesterday, just because Fed Powell came out saying he's going to do whatever it takes to bring down inflation. So I think that that's probably what the market reacted to. Maybe that they're going to go more hawkish on it. But I think that, like you say, if we get 75 basis points, and that's what he sticks to next week, because Fed speak next week, if that's what they stick to, I think the market will bottom out there and we start pushing back up again, and the market will take that in a good way. So, I mean, we had also positive news out this morning that you were saying with the PPI numbers too.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And just so everyone knows, this is going to be next Wednesday, September 21st at 2 p.m. This is when Jerome Powell's news conference is going to be held. And also next Thursday, we got jobless claims and stuff like that as well. So next Wednesday, September 21st, all eyes are going to be on Jerome Powell to see how high he's going to hike the interest rates. So we'll keep our eyes on that. I did want to go back to the SPY chart. This is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500 index. And I do have the daily chart pulled up right now. So just kind of some levels that everyone can keep in mind. I'll draw a quick Fibonacci here, and so everyone can see these levels that we need to kind of keep in mind here. So we did have, prior to yesterday, we did have a nice bull run here, even gapped up a little bit. There was that could be a little gap there, but had a nice bull run over the past 4 days outside of yesterday. And then yesterday hit 2% gap down and ended up down 4.3%. So levels to the downside, I got 388 here. I'm really thinking that this 390 level is probably going to be pretty important. I think we need to hold the 390s, specifically 393. If we hold that, I think there's a good chance of maybe coming back up to 397 and then possibly breaking up above into the 400s again. Also, this is all going to be dependent on what Powell does next Wednesday. So if we end up continuing to be bearish, and we can't hold this 390 and then 388, we're probably going to be testing new lows after that. So what do you think about the overall picture, Lee, on the SPY here?
SPY, I mean, that's a pretty, I haven't seen that big of a sell-off in one day for a long time. I mean, it's pretty insane that move was yesterday. So are we going to get more sell-off today? That's the big question. I think that 390 needs to hold. There is a trend line that we see on the daily all the way from June all the way till now. It's around like 393. If we can hold 393 and start pushing from there, I think that we could start going right back up to about 400 again. But it really, the levels that I'm watching are 390 and then 393. If we lose that 390, we're going back down to probably the low 380s. I mean, we don't know. We just this is all speculation, what we believe could happen. We're just going to follow the trend, obviously. But the support is 390, and then if we lose that, I think the low 380s will come pretty fast.
Yeah, I agree with that. So all eyes are going to be on Jerome Powell next Wednesday to see, how much he's going to hike the interest rate. What do you think about coming into today? Looks like we're getting a little pop in pre-market here. Let me go ahead and scroll over a little bit. So we did hit a low of 392.
We went red.
Yep, and this was actually, before the close of extended hours last night, around 8 p.m. Eastern, we hit that low of 392. Here we are today. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 8 o'clock in the morning.
This morning.
Yep, 8 a.m. this morning, we hit the low of 392. Now we're kind of bouncing back up. We could even draw a little trend line here, kind of like that. We'll see if we can hold this trend line going into market open, which would put us, in the mid 390s. If we can hold this little bit of trend line that we got going on right here. So let me just go ahead and put that out like that. So we'll keep our eyes on this chart leading into market open. Little bit of a bounce back. We did hit the low of 391 before the regular session bell closed yesterday. It did creep back up to 395 with obviously really low volume. You can tell from the chart here, really low volume, and then just sold right back off from 395 all the way down to the 392s. And here we are trying to pop back up again.
It's looking better. It's looking better. I mean, we got those PPI numbers out there actually lower than expected. We also have in the UK, they actually brought out inflation rates numbers today, and they're actually it dipped. It came down, and that was very unexpected for the investors to see a dip like that in the inflation rate. So that was also positive news coming out of Europe, out of the UK. And we also have a little bit positive news in the US. So, I mean, we could, like I said, if we bottom out and we don't drop below that low of yesterday, at the end of the day, I think we could maybe test the 395 area today. I bought some overnight lotto calls on SPY. So I'm trying to bank on those at open, and then kind of evaluate it from there.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you picked them up towards the end of yesterday when we got towards this
did.
low.
Yep.
You know, we're already up to 394.50-ish this morning, up 0.35% already in pre-market. So, like I said, if we can continue to hold this yellow trend line here, I think your calls that you got at the end of the day yesterday should pay off pretty nicely. But other than that, I really appreciate everyone joining us for this little news press here. And if you guys enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. If you want to continue chatting with us, you can join our free Discord. Be sure to check out the links in the description. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the week, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much.
Happy trading.